Alright, I'm going to attempt to break this thing down extremely quickly. We are on the old Olympics, Winter Olympics this year, 2022. We're going to break it down. Beijing, I think it is. So we're in China. Okay, this is just part of the opening ceremony. And we're just going to go through this a little bit. There are some other bits and bobs in the rest of it that, I mean, I just don't. It's pretty much point. I'm just going to go over the main bits, right, on this. It's, there's other stuff. Be my guest. Go look at that stuff, and make what you will of it. But I tell you, there was some interesting bits with the roof. Looked a bit like stealth bombers. Just some. I don't know if they were vents in the roof or what they were, or I don't know what they were, but they just gave the look of it. But anyway, I don't think there's any. You don't see that in this scene. I'm waffling. Let's break this thing down, right? We've got snowflakes coming down, right? How many sides snowflake got? 6 sides. We've got the hexagon. The hexagon is 6. 6 is man. This is man, the fall of man, right? Into the fictional pool here is the fictional pool, the waters, right? The fall of man. Okay, here we go. And this is going to be like redone again. This is going to be re-emphasized in this whole sequence, right? The fall of man. Here we go. Come on. Let's get through this a little bit. I guess. Oh, here we go. Can you make out this ROC on this one at the bottom here? ROC. The Rock. I don't know what that stands for. The Republic of. I don't think China's a republic, but the Republic of China maybe, or something else. There's a couple of ROCs that fall. So, anyway, whatever it stands for, we got the Rock. We got the Rock that depends which way you flip it again. Is it the Rock of God? Or are you the Rock of God? Or is there a rock in front of your tomb that needs to be rolled out of the way? Roll that rock out of the way and be reborn, if you get what I'm saying, okay? That rock is the moon that sits in front of the sun, yeah? The eclipse gives us the corona. Okay, so these ideas, of course, can be, I don't know what the word for it is, can be distorted or covered up with a lie, or the lie being the false idols that we create with our own fictions, yeah? The symbolism is very similar for those things as it is for just the spiritual side of reality, yeah? The Holy Spirit. Anyway, let's just keep going. Now, okay. So we've got the monolith here. Okay, and this will show up a bit better later on in this. So the monolith, 2001, 9/11, A Space Odyssey. We've got it going on right here. Yeah, we're inside the hole on the moon here, if you like. Ground zero. Now, we've got the 5 rings, silver rings, yeah, symbolizing the fiction again. Or maybe they're not silver, maybe they're sort of glass or see-through or white or blue or whatever you want to look at them as being. It's fictional colors, right? We've got the Vesica Pisces referenced in here, and we've got 5, and we've got the 2 and the 3 as well. So we've got lots of different bits and bobs of reference, but we'll just call it the fiction. We'll just call this the fiction, and we'll call this the fiction as well right now. So we've got everybody floating around down here in the fiction, and these gals here are gonna dance around with some snowflakes. Okay, so they've got the man there, and this is interesting because what they end up doing is they end up lining up like a big long curvy wall. I don't know where we've seen a big long curvy wall before. I'm thinking like the Hoover Dam, And this is what actually happens is man creates that control system, yeah? That's the Hoover Dam right there. Or, whatever you want to call it. A false arc, if you like. A false bridge. from the bridging from the metaphysical, but the what's the word I'm looking for? The corrupted metaphysical. Yeah, the non-balanced metaphysical is what man creates, and what that does is that manifests into reality. And so this is what this arc represents. It's the Hoover Dam. It's the thing that ends up controlling us. All right. So we've got the, and you could look at it as the crescent moon as well, right? So we've got all these different references, but they're actually pretty much the same. Here it is again. This is going to start curving more and more, and this is, you could look at this as like the control system enclosing in on man, for complete control, and also the coming of the end of the cycle, the completion of a cycle here. Okay, so the completion of a cycle there, and what actually happens is what you're seeing is the implosion here of that thing. Okay, and they just do it quite nicely, but then something comes from that implosion, and whoa, we don't want to hear that. Something comes from that implosion, like we're in the pure fiction here, and the one is being born. This is the rebirth now. Yeah, we're going to go through some rebirth stuff, and I guess, I don't know. Anyway, I'll just go through it. The rebirth and the refall of man. I don't know, back down to earth. So what we've got here is we seem to have nothing here, a void, and we seem to have physical reality over here, stars and stuff. Okay, and we seem to be on the event horizon here. Again on the dam wall. I've got the monolith still here. Okay, so it's all looking pretty cool. Oh, the sun comes up, and this is interesting. This is coming back to coming back in balance. What we've ended up with here. You're going to see this is going to turn into the Earth here now. This is the ultimate arc right here, the Earth, the true arc, if you like, where the physical gives us the rules of how we should deal with the metaphysical side of reality, or at least deal with each other. The actual physical material, the way material reality interacts with itself, the laws of physics and so forth and so on, actually encapsulate the rules by which we should interact with one another in this world. This is the idea of Jesus saving you. This is the idea of natural law. This might be above, some people might be listening to this. If you're new, you might be listening to this, you won't be getting this, but this is what this is referring to here with the sun. The sun is the physical embodiment of the world, and the moon, which we're going to see here in a minute, and the monolith, the monolith, that is the moon as well. Maybe we're looking at this as being man's fictions here, because it looks like a screen. So this is more like the fictions that man create, but it's the same idea. It comes from the same place. And again, we've got the 5 there for the pent, for the Holy Spirit again. Okay, so, and these things are coming into alignment here. We've got this is the reborn man now on his journey of, we're still in the Odyssey right now, and this is the Odyssey going on right here. This snowflake here, the reborn man, the one. From many comes the one, and he's trying to escape now the fiction. He's stuck on the void side, in darkness. So he's trying to escape that. Round in circles. Here we go. Come on, let's get out of here. Okay, and we can see the moon's now starting to come down with the monolith. This is why they find the monolith on the moon in Space Odyssey. Okay, the moon's actually coming down into alignment as well. And if we cut back, come on, we got the snowflake here kind of coming through the fiction now. I don't know if that's to do with, just come, it's just, it's just falling back to earth, if you like. It's becoming grounded again, I guess is a better way of looking at it. Okay, down it comes, and whoosh, they kind of do a splash down here. That's quite interesting. So we have the star returning to Earth, yeah, the Starman returning back to Earth after the Odyssey, yeah. This is, the downward triangle, it's the dam, it's the Vesica Pisces, it's the womb, it's the divine feminine, yeah. Now it's, yes, it's female, but don't get it mixed up with this one that's sticking up, which is the phallus symbol, yeah, if you want. But it's the male symbol, and the male symbol is all to do with the physical side of nature. This is why man is more physical than the woman, yeah. But this is actually representing mankind, yeah, the physical form that we're in. So it's representing men and women. I mean, there's a lot of confusion about what this thing means, yeah. And for whatever other reasons this appears in the world, find the truth at the center of it, and things will become very clear. It's not something you have to be afraid of, and it's nothing. A lot of people put the blinkers on. They put the blinkers on, and the 33 that's right here, yeah, the 3 of the one triangle and the 3 of the other triangle, the 33 that's right there, they put the 33 blinkers on, and they can't see anything else. It's just Illuminati this, Masons that, and when you get to that mental block, you can't see what the truth of this is, which is this is a balanced object. This is the Star of David, yeah? David Bowman returning, David Bowie. David Bowman is Odysseus, yeah? When the planets align, this would be, the sun would be Jupiter, yeah? And I guess this would be Saturn, yeah? In a loose sense of the form. The father, the moon. Slightly different context in terms of astronomy and all that stuff, but it's a very similar idea, yeah, very similar. I mean, that probably wasn't a good way of putting that, but the great conjunction that happens every 20 years, which is Odysseus returning home, yeah, it's Jupiter returning back to Saturn, Jupiter the sun returning back to the father Saturn, yeah. You don't have to get bent out of shape about what that actually means, yeah. Okay, it maybe people do use it for nefarious reasons or whatever, but just get over that and see what the truth behind it is, yeah. Everything's about balance. So this is return back to earth, yeah. So we've got everything in balance. We're going to use the sun now and the fiction together. Okay. Anyway, let's carry on. I mean, that's really what's going to happen. And here we go. We're creating some fiction here. We've got the Northern Lights being created, yeah? When you combine the blue of the fiction with the gold of the sun, you get green. This is where we get all the green stuff, the green screen, the money, the what else we got? We've got the like the colors of the Matrix. We've got the Emerald City, yeah. But what we've got happening here is we're not in the pure fiction here. Remember at the start we were all blue. We felt as individuals we couldn't see the whole picture, yeah. Now we're in balance, yeah, with the other symbols of what reality is about, or what everything is about. But at the start we were just purely in the fiction. Now what's going to happen is we're going to have rings form around here again, around man again. So we're able to create this fiction here, this you know, this emerald color, and that's a nice picture of the monolith there. And what's actually happening is man is sort of moving up into a point of balance between those two things, between the physical world here and between the fictional world there. Yeah, it's difficult because the Earth really is the symbol of the balance between the sun and the moon. Yeah, the pure physical, which is the sun. Yeah, which is what Jesus would represent. The pure physical, which is natural law, and that those are the natural rules of the world. The physical rules of the world give us what the metaphysical rules of the world are. Yeah, because they're the same side of the different sides of the same coin. Anyway, keep going, Dan. Got to get this done. My throat's starting to hurt. Look, we've even got like the eye of man here. We've got we've managed to get a bit of sun in there and a bit of the physical in the top half here. So this is, you know, I mean, again, we're balancing right at the center of here as well, right at the center of the snowflake, which is man again. Yeah. Okay. And what we're seeing is when this all happens correctly, what we're going to see now is we're going to see this crown being formed around man. Yeah, this containment shield around man here, or the crown that's being placed on man now, is, or the protection, that what that protection is, that protection's faith. That protection is, if you have faith, right, and you have true faith, that means that you believe in balance, right? And once you have true faith, true balance, you have perfect protection. Yeah. This here is the crown that is worn by the true queen, the true queen, the true king. Yeah. This is the halo rather than the corona. Yeah. Rather than the you know, I mean, I guess the crown of thorns can be looked at both ways, but rather than being something uncomfortable, this is more like the halo, right? Although those two things in essence are representing, you know, they're kind of representing the same thing, but what we're dealing with is one thing is out of balance and one thing is in balance, right? So anyway, enough waffling. This is pretty much the end of it. Okay, so you know, this dam wall's been rebuilt here, but it now is, it's now something that aids man. Yeah, and so because it aids man, man stays balanced, and this is why this hasn't all flipped off, and you know, stuff hasn't disappeared. And that's the end of it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I hope you got something from that. I know, you know, I think what I want to do is that's done, right? I would like to just, while I was sitting watching this with my wife, I was kind of half watching it. There was a couple of adverts that came on in between, bits and bobs of this ritual. And one of the adverts were, well, actually, this wasn't the advert, but this is one of the adverts they are showing right now. This wasn't the exact one that I saw, but it is basically a Jurassic World World Dominion advert, and it was different dinosaurs, but you get the idea. Yeah, we're you know, this idea of dinosaurs here. It kind of, you know, remember that other video I did a thing on Maroon 5? They had a dinosaur appearing in here, and then I'm thinking, you know what? You know where I've seen dinosaurs before? 1983 War Games. And in basically what happens is in this, I mean, if you haven't seen the film, It's basically about the Whopper computer that ends up potentially causing a global nuclear war, right? Like the war to end all wars, not World War One, World War Three, basically. Um, so total global nuclear annihilation. But they used when they meet Professor Falcon that invented the computer or built the Whopper supercomputer. He uses this as an analogy for what's going to happen to man. We're basically on the verge of extinction, and we've got the dinosaurs popping up. Okay, to have that popping up and to have seen it in other videos, this one especially because this has got tons of references in it to Vegas and other other things going on. You'll have to go watch that video of mine. I just it was just very interesting. And there was one other interesting advert. Where was it? Matthew McConaughey, right? You know him. He's the guy that did Interstellar, yeah. And if that didn't have a lot of hints of 2001 in it, just the way it was shot. They had the two little. Did they have two robots that were monolith robots? There was a bunch of stuff in there. And again, he was on an Odyssey of his own, yeah. A slightly different kind of space Odyssey, but anyway, does this advert, and they open it up with the, I can't remember what is it, the Strauss piece of music that's at the start of Space Odyssey, that one. I think that's the one they open it up with anyway. And so basically, I guess this advert itself is it's actually a little bit of a reference to the whole thing again, okay? So we've got the Space Odyssey reference straight away, the 2001 9/11 Space Odyssey reference, right? He's in this hot air balloon, yeah? The hot air balloon. What is the balloon, yeah? The lunar. This thing's full of hot air, yeah? This is what's raising you up, is hot air. And we all know what hot air is, okay? It's just a lot of fictional huff and puff. And that's raising him up. It's a false raising, yeah? Interesting, this little advert. I didn't really pay too much attention to it when it was on. I heard the music, and of course I was like, "Oh, you just can't get away from it." We've got the colours of man here. We've got the blood and the fiction, the red and the blue. And he's up in his hot air balloon, and time to plant more trees. Oh look, no, we managed to get a who in there. Look, who? Unbelievable. More trust, remarrying the system, yeah. He's coming down in this hot air balloon, which is interesting, yeah, because that's the fiction right there. It takes us up to the heights. Kind of reminds me of when they were going on about when the truthers were hitting the Picard thing with the hot air balloon, and he basically lets it go here. He lets go of the fiction, and he's grounded back on Earth. Look, I mean, it's almost exactly the same story as what we've just witnessed there in the ritual there, coming back to Earth. I mean, but they've managed to do that in under a minute. Whereas I don't know what the other one took. Good 10 minutes, I should think. So that's it, really. That's all I wanted to show you on this video. It is interesting that we've just had and just another reference to the completion of the Space Odyssey again, with what's coming up on 213. I don't think I want to go into any numbers with this. There's some other stuff that I want to do on some films, but I'm going to have to save that for another video. I just want to try to keep my videos a little shorter and a little bit more to the point instead of going off on about 50 different tangents all the time. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Again, we're back to the end of the Odyssey, so this week might be interesting.